Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. So I had a different video planned for today, but I'm kind of exhausted, so I'm just going to do a Friday Reads video. I haven't done one all month, so I feel like, you know, it's Vlogmas, I might as well just do one Friday Reads video. So the book that I have just finished is What Lies Between Us by Naomi Munaweera. Hopefully I said that correctly. This book was wonderful. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars and I'm going to be doing a full review on it. It's completely like heartbreaking and beautiful, and it follows this like young girl growing up as she grows up in Sri Lanka, and then, you know, events happen and you see her, I don't want to say any more than that, but in the beginning of the story you know that something tragic happens between her and her daughter. So I can at least say that she becomes a mother. But they don't say like what the tragic thing is that happens, but you can potentially infer it just based on the way that she's talking, and then it like flashes back in time and you see her grow up and you see her relationship with her own mother and things like that. It's fantastic. This book was so good. It's definitely going on my favorites list and makes me really glad that I haven't made my favorites list yet for the year. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. Definitely recommend this. I will be talking about it more in a separate video, but I just wanted to mention that quickly because this book was so good. So since I finished that, I kind of have like an open plate. I am not 100% sure what I want to read, especially since this weekend is Christmas weekend, so I get Monday off. I'm hoping to be released a little bit early on Friday, but I don't have a significant amount of plans for the weekend. I mean, obviously there's some obligations, but I will have time to read, so I'm hoping to utilize that. So the nonfiction book that I'm currently reading is The Other Slavery, The Uncovered Story of Indian Enslavement in America by Andres Resendez. I got this from the library, as you can see, and it's due back on January 8th. I have about 2 more weeks with this. I'm about 100 pages into it and it's really, really fascinating. It's not quite as long as it looks. The last like 100 pages or so are all like notes. So it's only about like a 330 page book. So I'm hoping to make significant progress in this. Preferably I'd like to finish this before the month is out, but you know, it might roll over into January because I always read nonfiction slower than I do with fiction. So that is the nonfiction book that I'm currently reading, and I always like to be reading a fiction book and a nonfiction book simultaneously when possible. So the next fiction book I think I'm going to pick up is Invasion of the Tearling, which is the second book in the Queen of the Tearling series. I read Queen of the Tearling. I finished it in November, and then I got the ebook for this one as well from the library. So I think I'm going to start that one because the ebook is going to expire soon, although I know the little hack of if you don't turn on your internet on your Kindle the book doesn't disappear thing, so I will be taking advantage of that. So yeah, that's going to be the ebook that I'm going to be reading. And then the next book I think I'm going to read is The Well in the Mind by Jen Phillips. If you saw my goals wrap-up video from yesterday, you would have heard me talking about this book. This is a book I read back in 2010 and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I remember really enjoying it, but I don't remember anything about this book anymore, so I want to reread it. And one of my resolutions for 2016 was to reread this book, and I still haven't done it yet. But I figured that after I get my favorite books of the year up, I'm not going to want to read too many new books because I'm going to be like, oh crap, what if I read something really amazing? Then I'm going to regret not putting it on my best of list. So with a book like The Other Slavery, I know that one's going to take me a while and it's probably not going to end up on my best of list. And Invasion of the Tearling, if it goes the same way as Queen of the Tearling, it's going to take me a while to get through it just because it's slower paced and I like to take my time with it. And then I can read this one during the week, which is slightly faster paced, and I won't have to worry about it ending up on a best of list for this year because it's a reread and I don't include rereads, even though I don't really do rereads, so it's potentially possible that I'll change that in the future. But I think I like the idea of spending the last week-ish of the year rereading a book. I might make that an annual thing because rereading during the rest of the year always feels like wasted time to me. I know it's not, but sometimes it feels that way and I'd rather be reading new books, so I think at the end of the year it's the perfect time to pick up a book to reread. So yeah, those are my upcoming reading plans. I have a feeling I'm going to have more reading time over the next week or so just because it's the holidays. Things have slowed down pretty significantly at my work, which is great because it's been a crazy December. But you can always follow me on Goodreads to see what books I'm currently reading and the progress that I'm making on these books and what, you know, my ratings are eventually. So yeah, that's everything that I have for you guys this week. I will have my favorite books of the year up on Christmas Day, so you guys can look forward to that. Merry Christmas to everyone who's celebrating, and feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know if you have any plans to pick up any books specifically for the Christmas holiday or just anything that you plan on reading this weekend. So yeah, that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching.